So in this video, we will see about related and child objects, accessing these in Oracle Fusion Cloud Groovy. So when we click on any object, so we can see all the object information in the overview page. So where we can find child objects and as well as related objects. So the difference between child objects and related objects is related objects will be so will have some cardinality, something like 1 to m and m to m relationship. But child objects, so we don't find that relationship, but it is always linked to a parent record. So that is particular object. In this case, it is opportunity. In opportunity, we have these many child objects, and so if parent is exists, then only all the child records will exist. Otherwise, all records will be deleted. So child records will be completely depends on the parent. The best example for child object is opportunity revenue. So this opportunity revenue so is a standard child object for opportunity. If we want to create a custom child object, so we can use this create child object in object overview page, and then we can create a child object. And related objects will form either through standard relationship or from relationships in common area. Okay, so we have this relationship. So once we create a relationship from this tab, so we can find the related objects. So we have two ways to access this related or child objects. One is through new view and by using the API name. So we can use this API name, and then we can use new view, and then we need to pass the parent record and the child record information to create against a parent. So this is one way, and the same will apply to the related objects as well. So here also we can use the relationship, and then we can link it. Now we'll go to the object, okay, and we'll go to so once we expand this the main object, the parent object, so we can see some sub objects, right? So under this, so these are all basically the child or related objects. So if you want to write some individual scripts for child records, so we can expand and we can write here. So now to get the API names for collections, so we can go to opportunity server scripts, and so here we'll take an example that we need to get all the list of email addresses in opportunity team. So how do we achieve how do we achieve? So we'll see as an example in this scenario. So so I want basically the emails in the team concatenated or separated by a comma. So that is our requirement, and this field maybe we can use further to send an email or to use somewhere in reports. So we will store the values, the email values in this GSC code field. So for that, we are going to create a new before update trigger. And then, so we need to go to a function palette, and then we need to go to fields. So here we will find the parent object, whatever object we are in. So we will be it will show here. So we are in opportunity and server scripts. So it is showing directly the opportunity object. So, but we want the team, right? Opportunity team. So we need to expand this. So all the list of child objects or related objects will show here. So out of this, so we need to select the team. Finding a team. So we need to go through this account plan, so asset attachment. So all of this we need to go through. We need to select the resource, and we have opportunity. Opportunity team Vivo. Opportunity resources is the correct one. So opportunity resource is our team subtab. So in opportunity, we have opportunity resources and as well as opportunity team members. So the difference between these two collections is opportunity resource will have only the resource information, but opportunity team will have the territory information as well. So if we go to team, and we will have both the team as well as the territories, right? So to get this, to get the territory information as well, so we can go through this opportunity team. So here we can find some the territory territory info. So, but in our case, we want opportunity resources. So, to get the API name, so we need to click on the parent object, and then we need to search for opportunity resources. So that is the display label. If we know API name, we can find through API attribute name. Otherwise, we can search through the display name. So for all standard collections, so the type will show as text. So before it was showing something like related collection, related child collection, something like that. But now it shows as text for standard related or child objects. But so we need to identify these collections through the display names. So we can find the display names here, and then through that we can find out. So we need to insert this. So either we can copy the attribute name and or we can just insert. So this is the collection name. So we need to store this collection name in some variable to iterate. So basically it will have multiple records, right? So we need to loop through each record and we need to get the information. So here we have inserted the uh, child object name, right? So now uh, by default, uh, when we are using new view, so we need to apply the parent record filter. So suppose opportunity ID equal to the like current opportunity ID. So when we are using collections, we don't need to use that filter. So if we specify here opportunity resource by default, so whatever record we are accessing, it will take that opportunity ID as a filter. So it will show, it will give the child records for that opportunity. So with new view, we need to provide the additional query, additional filter for parent record. But when with child object, we don't need to give that. Now to loop, we need to use while. And then opti the collection name dot has next. And this is similar to the new view. So we need to define a row variable, and we will add row variable to opti resource dot next. And then from here, so we will get the each opportunity team record. Okay, so we'll get each opportunity team record in row for until the records get finished. Means how many records we have, so it will loop that many times. So now so we need to get the email ID field in opportunity resource, right? So again, we'll go to opportunity resource. And after on clicking on opportunity resource, we will get the fields inside opportunity resources. So these are all the fields related to opportunity resources. If we click on any of the object here, so it will show those fields only. So suppose if we click on opportunity references, it will show the fields related to opportunity references. So if I click on opportunity resources, it will show those fields. Now here I want the email ID field. So my field is required field is means email, right? So email, primary email, going to select this, and here I can use, since I want a concatenated value, so I can use something like emails, and emails equal to, so emails plus separated by comma plus so now we need to get the email from the row dot email address, and then finally we can set this value once all the loop, once all record are uh, looped. So then we will set to a variable called GSC code. So to get the opportunity GSC code, we need to click on opportunity, and then we need to find out the API, which is a text field. So we will be inserting emails to this field and just validate. Okay. So we'll define this as a string so that it doesn't throw this warning. Just validate. Okay. Then click on save and close. So now we'll execute the code. So we have 6 resources, and once we update some field here, so the value should change to GSC code. Okay. Okay. So it calculated the value, but the field that we are using is exceeds the maximum length allowed. So, but anyway, we are getting the values. We are getting the emails concatenated with separated by comma, right? So here we are getting, to avoid, this error, so we can increase the field length for this field so that it will get added. So the another example will be like creating a record uh, in opportunity revenue. So now we increase it the length, and then we are just testing. So now it should set. Yeah. So now we are able to get all the list of emails separated by comma. Okay. So now we'll do another example that creating a child record. Okay. Uh, that is, we'll take an example of creating a revenue line. Uh, uh, so when we click on save, so that's one example. So we'll do that. So based on this checkbox. So if we click on this checkbox, so so there should one revenue line should create automatically. So we'll go to application composer. So here only we'll write this our script. Uh, so first we need to identify the child object for revenue, opportunity revenue. Opti child revenue Vivo, right? So this is the Vivo. So we have one more child uh, revenue items. We have basically two collections for revenue. So Opti child revenue, this holds child records, but uh, limited info. Child revenue has more fields, and so we usually use revenue items. So to get the collection name, so just now we got that is child child name is means child object name is child revenue. So this is the uh, uh, API name for collection. And now, so from this, so in this collection, we wanted to create a new uh, record. Okay, so to create, so we need to use reven. So the collection name dot create row. And then to this, we need to set few fields. Uh, so the required fields. So we need to create a row, and then we need to set the required attributes for creating a new child collection. So in our case, we just need the product type and then product ID. So that's all we need to create a new record. So if you want, right, so if you want additional fields, we just need to add the additional fields here, like quantity, amount, uh, right? So all other required fields we can create here. So we'll just exit, and then we need to insert this row. We'll save and close, and then we'll click check on just update. So we don't have any condition, so it should create a new record on updating. Going to updating. Now we don't currently we don't have any line item here. Maybe the product ID is wrong. So that's why we didn't the record didn't get created. So now we just made conditional. So on referenceable equal to y. So then only our script should work. And we are saving and testing. Now so we'll remove all these lines. Now so it doesn't create any line, but now we'll click on referenceable and then we'll click on save. Now it should create a revenue line. Yeah. So yeah, it is creating lines, but we have somehow it is creating few duplicates. So we need to just check the logic and then we need to restrict these duplicates. But this is how we can create a child records using collections.